Complex fractions have 3 or more levels, and usually we deal with 4 levels. In other words, a fraction divided by a fraction. It might be a sum of fractions divided by a sum of fractions, or difference of fractions. So we're going to look at how to deal with that, but it's kind of easy to introduce it, or easier to see rather, if I introduce this with an arithmetic complex fraction. So I'll put one up here. Suppose we had 3/4 over 5/6. All right, so 3/4 is divided by 5/6. In other words, 3/4 divided by 5/6. And normally we would think of it this way and then invert and multiply. So I had 3/4 times 6/5. And let's see, nothing simplifies there. So we end up with, oh yes it does. We have a small simplification. Let me find my red pen. We could do a little cross canceling here. And then we end up with 9 over 10, 9/10. Okay. Well, that's a conventional way of working with a complex fraction. And that method works okay with algebra, but it's usually a longer method. What I'm about to show you actually works as a shortcut when you apply it to algebra. And but I want you to see it introduced with arithmetic. So let me start over. 3/4 over 5/6. And here's the idea. My smaller denominators are 4 and 6. And the common denominator of 4 and 6 would be, what, 12. So I'm going to multiply by 12 over 12. And if you're more comfortable with this, it's 12 over 1 over 12 over 1. So, you know, as long as I have the same numbers, top and bottom, again, I'm multiplying by 1. 12 over 12 is 1. When you multiply by 1, nothing changes in value, does it? So that would be okay. All right, now when we do that, let's see, I've got the 4 cancels, leaving a 3, and 6 cancels down here, leaving a 2. And so we end up with 3 times 3 over 5 times 2. We get 9/10, just like we did before. So that's turns out, particularly with algebra, that turns out to be a somewhat faster method of working complex fractions. So we'll go on and show you an algebra problem next.